Hey everyone, and welcome to the first of several videos documenting my time at Tankfest 2023. Kicking things off then, I join MaxChaos 24, the lead live ops designer, BAM 1500, the lead game designer, and Plague D1S, the lead vehicle designer. I join them as they walk around the Vehicle Conservation Centre at the Tank Museum in Bovington. During this walk around, the conversation topics cover items such as me hinting very heavily at the Warrior, Conway and other tank model changes, ATGMs bouncing when they shouldn't, wheeled vehicle physics, mercenaries, French ammunition, Enigma modelling, Challenger modelling, thermal vision, captured KV-1 inspiration, and M60A1 and M60A3 modelling. So there is a lot of conversation here, and it includes smaller tidbits that I haven't just listed off there. I'm sure there's a lot here that you guys will find interesting, so that is enough from me. If you enjoy this video, leave it a like, if not a dislike, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.
Oh, is there like another path back there?
You can go down, you can do that in between.
Because yeah,
you can't go in between all of them, but you can get to the back wall and go that way.
Do you have any guesses on what that thing is?
Which one?
T-55 turret with like some wheeled chassis underneath it, and I have no idea what that is. Because I saw the wheels. Wait,
there's a wheeled thing here and a T-55 behind.
It's not a T-55. There's wheels on it, like real wheels.
Let's have a look. Let's have a look.
Because yeah, I was looking at Kristen's pictures before. I'm like, what is that? I have no idea what that is. Same thing with that thing with the teeny tiny flat turret. I have no idea what that is. Like,
oh wait, no.
Is it talking about number 29 here?
Yeah. No, the one there that says Quintio.
Yeah,
that's the one with the I think that's the plastic one, not that one down there, because that was in the main hall previously.
Because yeah, every now and then I find stuff I have no idea what it is. And generally I know everything I'm looking at. Because like, what is it? We were in Kiev, and they had like tanks trains with turrets on top. See, the Conway looks even bigger though.
Yeah.
Well, no, because like all the models, like the Conway looks so much smaller than stage 2.
Once you get here, it's like, yeah, that's big.
That's why I always like to get in person. Like, you get like a real sense.
Yeah.
Because like when we were touring the museum, you can see like all the plate thicknesses and how they're welded, and the construction of everything. Make that 3. Not saying which one. 4, maybe 5. Because it's like
wait,
a big
which
SUV.
one are you looking? You're looking at right here.
55. No.
Oh, here, right here.
Oh wait, no. Maybe it's. Is it?
I'm wondering if you're getting too.
It's possible. Mixed up. It's possible. There's no. I've seen like really weird stuff at different places.
Yeah.
Like I said before, like when I was in Kiev, they had like war trains, and so there were these big trains, but they had like T10 turrets on top, and then some of them had like 2 or 3 turrets on one car. I'm like, who are you protecting against? Like what is going on the shipments?
You're walking past a Warrior, by the way. Just hint, Warrior.
I'm not saying it's any part of the numbers. That's what I'm saying.
It's too much to take in, huh?
It's a little overwhelming, yeah.
That one.
Why are you pointing, Rob?
What?
We don't point at things here.
Which one? This one right here?
Yeah, no point.
That one's fine. That one's creepy.
Who's this?
Yeah, I'm like,
They're all facing the wrong
if you
direction.
wonder why the chieftain pulled from before turret armor.
Why do they have them facing that way? Yeah.
Seriously, the Conway looks so much bigger. Like all the photos, it's like.
But again, I would say the turret on that looks shorter than it is in the game.
Yeah, that's.
But would
the other one is kind of like a barn.
Yeah.
You know, That's not full.
But would you go back and edit the model? Is it even worth your time, sort of thing? Have you got priorities, obviously?
Honestly, no. But I like to be more accurate, so if we can, I try to push it in the schedule. Sometimes it takes a year. Well, not a year, but like it takes a significant amount of time to have them actually do that because they have to free space in the schedule. Yeah. But then eventually, and then the other part is getting it back on the schedule. So I won't say I haven't done that to 1 or 2 tanks that are still coming.
3D skin without the
skirts.
The skirts, yeah.
It actually looks really cool.
It does look quite cool.
Whereas you just adjust the angle slightly.
Yeah.
It's a huge difference. But generally, it's what I have to tell the modeler because they don't see it when they're making it, but when I can see it in like the actual like calculations of the armor, like he's like, hey, this panel's way off, or panel's wrong on this side.
I didn't think this one actually be in it.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
They actually drove this. That's what the armor is, put the driver driving it. But it wasn't used for tank targets, for infantry anti-tank units.
What? That's still.
Yeah.
What?
If I squeeze through, sorry.
Oh, you're fine, thanks.
I was looking at the armor here on the side, all the dents. I assume they're shooting like dummy rounds at it, not real.
Still.
You're still getting shot at.
Yeah. It's kind of like those guys at the golf course where they're in like in a little golf cart. It's like, that's not a good idea. Someone's going to get hit.
Something's going to get through somewhere.
Nice guy.
Like this is what I want to just wander around. Oh, that's a better thing about the private collection is you get to climb everything, whereas these are like, you can look, just don't turn. It's what their obsession with fuel. Like someone went crazy with a spray gun. It's like, let's make a desert.
Humber pig.
This thing is just. Only someone would make it. That's the other thing that drives me nuts about a lot of these vehicles. Tiny guns. You can't make 90% of them. Because there's no
infantry transport.
Make this one. Yeah, but you can't pen anything.
Or just turn the module damage up. Tracks.
Yeah,
Just
but
rip
even then,
tracks apart.
someone turns, shoots you, dead.
You say that though,
It happens a lot.
but 800mm pen on a ATGM bounces off the back of a
Angles.
BMP3.
All angles.
That's the angle.
Maybe.
Why do you like the Warrior so much?
Because British.
It's a cool tank.
How's that?
I mean, if anyone.
Well,
made something
it's
like that.
British, and it's like the current. It's the British light, and what have we got now? It's not the VFM5. It's like
Because there's not a lot of photos of these, for good photos anyways, but this was one of the ones that we had a lot of good photos of.
this one.
Well, when I was first like doing the early Chieftains, because like we only had like the one from PC,
Oh right.
even though we made that one easily work.
Yeah.
But I still love the Mark II. I mean, it's always been a cool tank. Yeah, Chieftains and Challengers.
You
Their
sound like
design is just really.
you sound like you've got a real affection for the vehicles that you build.
Oh yeah. I mean, I want them to be good, but like, just certain tanks have like, I don't know. Because like even before I made them, like when we were still doing like just regular World War II stuff, like I still loved Chieftains, Challengers. Like certain ones, they just have that. I don't know, that aura that. It's like certain cars, like I'm a huge car guy because I've always been around cars, but like certain planes, certain tanks, it's just you see them and you're like.
Yeah. When can you port these from World War II? Straight into Cold War.
Pop quiz. Is this in drive mode or siege mode?
Siege. Siege. Yeah, no, I want to do more of that. It's just the physics of wheeled vehicles is such a pain.
I can imagine it would be a problem.
Well, it's just like the original engineering for it, the person who did that left. Then they never came up with that. So like you have to hand edit everything.
Yeah.
And physics is complicated enough, but like this is to like the 10th degree because you have to do, you know, like high speed turning, slow speed turning, and then just like all the in between. But the thing is like there's like no name of like this does this. Like there's just a whole bunch of values that you know you have to adjust. So it's just like, let's play and see what happens. So these were really hard to get into just regular World War II modes. So.
I do recall when they came out, there was some funky
you hit a rock and you'd sort of go on your nose and start pirouetting.
Yeah, I think that's still.
Does that still happen?
Things. Yeah, if you run into a rock, it'll spiral.
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's the thing is like the center of gravity is off, so like we had to literally fake the gravity. So like normal tanks, it would take the real position. These
Yeah.
are like pulled down underneath to make them not roll over or spin as easily. But even then,
Oh, so the center of gravity for the model is beneath the ground.
'cause the only
So that's
way to-
why they flip the way they do.
sometimes, yeah.
Ah, okay.
But it's a lot easier to drive, but without that, like
Yeah.
you don't want to
Whenever we were first testing
Yeah.
them, they're super squirrely and just like spinning out all the time.
Yeah.
Because basically it's like a YouTube video, like
Different turns.
and it just crash, like just.
I'm glad we were able to address that in the first couple weeks.
Yeah. They're still not the best, but they're close enough.
What's that look mean?
I'm not gonna talk about
What does that look mean?
it. Someday. All right, I'll just say this since I don't care. Speaking of tanks that have been backlogged, that have been built
Built.
ages.
Oh, just throw it in there, you know. Just throw
There's
it.
a line.
Just throw it in the
Is.
store.
All right, I'm gonna say more than 5 for my previous.
That used to be on display where the stream setup is. That
Yeah.
was in the back corner originally.
Oh yeah, I was a crazy person. Never mind. It was just the angle. The way this thing is set up, it's like.
Yeah, I thought you were mixing the
Sound
two,
like-
mixing the two up. Yeah.
Because they only went off the photos from the other day.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought that turret was on this?
Yes. So I'm like, what is that? Because like I said, I've seen really weird stuff that you don't. I still don't know what the names of some of them are. But
Yeah.
like, they were built. Someone's like, this is a good idea. Like, what were you smoking when you decided to make this? But you know.
Same thing they were smoking when they came up with mercenaries, right?
Why don't we have like pictures? Considering we're bringing this up, like, why don't we have like a booth with this thing? They have it.
Speaking, yeah, AMX. Did you model it off of this tank or a different one, or not at all?
So, almost all of them are modeled kind of like off the originals.
Yeah.
Because I mean, they're pretty well armored. We just had to add the extra panels that weren't existing in like the previous World War II.
Right.
Because that's the thing is like a lot of these updates, they're not huge, but it's basically add-on. Because like the AMX series, from 30B on is basically the same. Like they don't really change that much. It's just like the gun. That's the other thing. Everyone's complaining about 30A, 30B. There's no APCR. Well, they didn't have that until the B2 because they changed like the breech and everything else. And
I
so
remember
they
that.
finally used
Yeah,
APCR
someone did ask that if you could
and the
switch
targeting
it.
System. So
Are you going to switch it from standard heat?
no,
Because I mean, personally, I think playing with heat means you have to learn a new playstyle, a new dynamic.
It's a
you know?
little bit trickier, but it's not that bad.
It's not impossible.
Because
yeah.
like honestly, in our playtests, like no one had any issues.
No, like,
I mean, there are certain tanks like if you're fighting like a T-72AB or something with like a lot of spaced armor or ERA, it's
Yes.
harder. But like
Yeah.
most tanks, there's not that many like that. Plus, on the other things, is when I first said these were coming because I was trying to warn everyone, hey, I know you guys hate heat. There's some tanks coming with only heat. Like, there's still way more that are just entirely heat.
Yeah.
That's why some of the tanks only had like 2 rounds because they didn't make any other rounds. Like that's it. Like
all
I
they
could
had.
try and make up some stuff, but I don't really want to make up something. So there's no premium round.
Well, if you make stuff up, then you'll get the complaint that you're not sticking to history, sort
I
of
just
thing.
don't like to make stuff up. Sorry. I just don't like making stuff up. Like,
Yeah.
If there's some basis for it, like hey, there's a test shell or test bed or like something somewhat realistic, or if we use it in like World War II on like some other gun,
Yeah.
sure. But like, I don't be like, I'm just gonna throw this in there. Plus, I just like the design of these. Like, they're just cool looking things. Plus, you just gotta love the Bulldog. They're just so cool. Yeah, I mean, when we went to drive a tank, they had one, but they sold it right before.
Oh,
we
so it's
didn't have one. I'm
unavailable
like,
then?
Well, they're just like speedy little tanks. Like,
Uh-huh.
they're
Yeah.
light tanks, so they're like a lot more mobile than some of the other ones. I'm like, this would be awesome to go driving around in. Not saying anything. All right, so make it like 9 vehicles.
What, so far?
So far, we're halfway through. There could be more. Oh, the Enigma. You won't believe how much stripe I got from this thing.
I gave you a little bit of strife for it.
I mean, it's got a lot of bounce.
It does, but we already have the 4211. Do we need another one?
You always need another one. Besides, this was planned way before the 4211, but timing, so.
Ah.
Yeah, that's the thing, is like the release doesn't equal like when they were built. Because like some things are
So
years
a
ago.
vehicle you release next week could have been finished a year ago.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, this
Why?
is another one I was looking
You
at
should have
all.
just called it Calvin and Hobbes.
I wanted to do something like that, or like a little logo or something.
Missed opportunity.
Yeah, I don't want
So it's just,
It's basically hollow, so there's
Just-
like a
that's
couple
just a
plates
box,
in here,
yeah.
but it's mostly just space.
Yeah.
It's not ERA, it's just
There's like
it's just,
armor.
the turret sheet, or the capsules on this turret and then the front, these actually have like pretty decent, whereas the side is just, it's kind of extra spaced armor, but it's not really any filling. Because most of the time you're just getting attacked from the front anyway, or trying to. And then the back is just, it's just ballast for all the weight on the front of the tank.
Yeah.
But it also acted as spaced armor, so. Although they took off the front. Oh, they're down there. Never mind. Yeah, that's the other tricky thing, is got to get like really good pictures. It's like I was telling you yesterday, it's like, I'll get pictures of like, storage box, light, I don't, what does the front plate look like? What are the weld lights like?
oh right, so when you request a picture, someone will
Well, I don't always get to
they'll
request
sort
them.
of do that.
Well, that's the
rather
thing, is
than-
because like they'll just look out what's online, or sometimes if they can, they'll take like pictures of it. But like sometimes they take all the parts, like the details. I'm like, it's great.
Yeah.
I want to know like what the plates look like, so I can arrange the whole. It's like this thing, like when the Challengers were first coming out, like
Oh yeah.
that was a pain. Because I knew some of the simple designs, but then you had to like find like the bare hull.
Yeah.
Because then it has all the missing blocks up here. I found photos without the turret, so then you can see like what it actually looks
Yeah.
underneath.
I
And
think
I found pictures of the bare turret without
Yeah.
all the
the day this released, I received a message from a guy who's training to drive one, and he just listed off, right, they got this wrong, they got this wrong, they got this wrong.
can only do so much with what we
Yeah.
get. I mean, there's still a lot of classified information out on the internet, which makes no sense, but like, can't get everything, so.
Are these mounts for extra like skirts on the side?
So basically, it would be regular side skirts, and then they'd get like the ERA on the sides for the more modern tube stuff. Yeah, basically that'd just be like side skirts.
Okay.
So yeah. Get out of the way. Thank you. You're welcome. So see, that's more of like the gaps I was talking about, because that's how it should be, as opposed to like the other ones where they're like covered over, because that way they can just change out the blocks easily if they took damage. And these, because there's like two strips of or two barriers right here, because these just slide on, so. And then that whole lower front section just slides out.
Oh, so you,
Because yeah, this is, so this piece right here is one armor block.
Yeah.
And then you can see the plate that holds it.
Yeah.
And then there's the top two, which is this is like one giant unit kind of, and it just slides right on out.
Mm-hmm.
But I had to have a lot of arguments about these angles. I'm like, look at the angles. Like, it's not right.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Yeah.
Good protection from these side skirts.
Yeah.
What is this one? Okay, what's teething? I had never seen the weird grassy.
And the road
space
wheels,
there.
the road wheels are different.
Sid.
Signature integration demonstrator.
Oh, I get it. All right.
the height.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like flat.
Cool.
What year is it?
Don't care. It's old enough. It's old enough.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
No date on there, is there?
No.
Oops, sorry.
Sorry.
It's alright.
What's the benefit of reducing the shape of the road wheels?
Protected from being spotted by the enemy's optics.
Yeah, just like blend.
It's trying to hide the shape of it and all that.
Oh, so that's not on thermal imaging.
Yeah.
Doesn't show up.
And visual, because like it's kind of like birds or
Blended in.
like just against backgrounds, you don't notice it as much.
People have
Whereas,
been
like,
asking for thermal.
shadows, huh?
People have been asking for thermal.
Don't get me started.
Is that an internal conversation or not?
The what?
Thermal.
Thermal?
It's something I've wanted for a long time. It's just complicated, and you need like a whole. Are we like?
Okay.
You're in trouble.
I'll be with you in 2 seconds.
Here to collect us?
No, I need to head back over myself, so I'll be back here later. I figured I'd find you down here.
What? No.
To call you predictable.
Whatever. Ooh, that's something. So basically, like space armor, because it's not thinner. Because usually it's just like the storage boxes, so it's like 6 mil. That's
Well, that's where the tea goes. Milk, sugar.
like 20, 30 maybe, which is decent. And that is a lot more.
Some of it's broken here. Just kind of see the block, armor and everything.
Rob did it. Alright, I'll take that. Sorry.
Oh, you're good. What's the one?
69 too.
69 too. I thought it was... That's the thing is like, when you get to some of these, they're like so similar, so you have to like get really close and see what's on it, like the bar armor on this around. And this one's just literally brushing white wheels. That's an easy one. Well, I think this was probably a parade tank, because generally they do them like fancy, so they get the dark green and like the white. Whereas like if you look at the other ones, it's
Kind
just
of
like
did that too with their vehicles.
yeah. Well, I mean, they were displays, so they're like, you're driving. Like I said, I love these things. They're so
Chieftain.
fun to drive. Or drive in, sorry. See, we're like driving through a forest.
Chieftain.
And this thing was barely wide enough for like the road, so like the trees were just like whizzing like inches away. We're like, this is fun.
The smoke grenades all around you know?
Seriously, this would have been so much easier if I could just have a guy like, hey, take photos and fun.
You could
Who would ever do that?
You could just start by working on a row, like Challenger 2, Chieftain 11. We've got those. You just got to do the middle one now.
Or do we?
No, well.
They didn't say what rows those.
Was equipped with a missile?
So not gonna lie, captured KV-1 kind of did get some inspiration for this. Because it was wintertime mode, so we needed something white. Saw the white. And then 57mm gun is probably the best performer. So light tank.
You got your marker lights, little whistle, we call them SAG or NATO.
Actually, I've always wondered this, and I never did it before. So when you go to foreign countries, hat trip to Google Translate.
Oh, what to translate that?
You never use it?
No, I've got it actually.
Because yeah, so many times I've been in a place where no one speaks English, and basically you just, I just do this, and I've always wondered what this says.
It's a one-man turret, so
Leningrad, women 716 at the front. Leningrad.
this is the
Mine's looking for. Has yours done it already?
Oh yeah.
Oh right, okay.
Like I said, I've used this a lot. So
Leningrad.
women to the front.
Okay.
Because yeah, like I've been trapped in places where like no one speaks English. So like,
It's good for
I'll order this.
I've been told there's an. No, the A3.
design.
No. Oh, that's the Rise. The Rise is you buffed it, so that's fine now. But I've been told, actually, I've been told there's another bug with the BMP-1 missiles.
Another bug? You
Yeah,
said?
originally, if your hull was nose down and you pointed the gun up, the missile still shot into the ground. I haven't had time to test it, but apparently the bugs come back or something.
Not
so-
gonna lie,
Yeah.
the missile should be back. There's a number of weird.
I don't know, the
things that still need to
BMP-1's okay, I think. I think the BMP-1 and 2 are...
I still want the
They're
like,
okay.
minimum launch range where it's like you can't.
No,
drive them
no, we don't want that. No, we don't want that.
We have a lot of back and forth conversation on that one.
Almost every
Because some tanks would be borderline terrible. Sheridan, if you can't shotgun a missile,
But then you hate it or you fuck.
sorry.
Also, here's something most people don't know. Everyone, so it took ages because I also had to fight with modelers and historians over this because they're not from the U.S.
Yeah.
I'm like, the turret on the A3 and the A1 are completely different. Because they're
A3.
like, if you do read some articles,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
the turret cheeks get bigger, or there's a little added thickness on the A3.
Mm-hmm.
And it was like they're the same, but they're not. So on the A3, which you can clearly see this, all this is flat against the top.
Yeah.
Whereas on the A1s, like there's just thin metal, like there'd be like a gap, so it angles down. So that's,
Oh, I
that's
see.
where
Okay.
the turret thickness
Okay,
comes
yeah, yeah.
from. It's like right here. Otherwise, it's like a thin little wedge, and it basically created like a shot trap. But
Oh, because the angle was like that. It would go down. Right,
that was the
yeah.
other thing too. Is like half the historical reference that they sent me for that. I'm like, that's still an A3.
Oh, so you're trying to model the difference between the A1 and
Yes.
the A3, and you're... Okay, okay.
Because like I had to have arguments with them. Like, no,
Yeah, yeah.
the M60A1. So if you look at basically like the movers or the utility ones, like the one with the what is it? Forgot the name. The one with the dozer blade and then basically the explosive cannon. Like it's kind of like the AVRE Light, but it was basically like a service vehicle, where it wasn't the actual one. What is it called?
God, it's hard to get such good shots when you're this fucking close.
Okay, you stand back here if you want.
Or we'll just walk and I'll find it. Is that an A1 or?
A2.
Oh yeah, A2.
I like this
There's a
one.
little bomb.
Yeah. I like...
That's another one I had to fight because everyone's like, it'll not work in Cold War. Yes, it will. It's beautiful.
This is a
It's
M103, so it's essentially the last one thing.
I think the American heavy line's better than the mediums. Controversial.
Also, I got so much hate for this T-34. I'm like, come on, it's a great tank.
T-34 is brilliant.
What I said. I always liked the X185s. Or
Yeah.
1A1 to the 1A1A, 1A3s. All like, they got really weird with their names. Like, really, really weird.
What, the Leopard ones?
Because all the batches, the numbers, and it's like 1A1A1 and 1A1A3, 1A. Just call it the 1A5. You're done.
Yes, we did, yes.
Make it 10. 10.
What are we counting?
Nothing. Neither confirmed nor denied.
Well, it was 9 earlier. Yeah, having a plastic tank would be great as well. What's that, a Centurion with ERA?
Maybe.
No, maybe.
Swedish.
Ah, okay, yeah, yeah. Sorry. So basically, if you... Oh. Yeah, when are we getting this? Yeah, when are we getting this? When does this come into the game?
This one looks fun.
Yeah.
Colin Furs.
Oh, I think
I've seen some
I've
of his
seen some of his stuff.
content.
Yeah. Is he the guy that's dug a basement in his garden or something? Is that him?
I don't know about that.
I can't remember.
It was actually my brother-in-law that turned me to like look him up because it might have been this exact thing. He's like, he's making like a tank. It's got World of Tanks branding on it. I'm like, really? Have to check it out.
Ah. So if you're taking a picture of it, that basically is hint, maybe.
Never. I would never do such a thing. I just really like close-up pictures. Although I'm surprised that a lot of that's just basically angled space torture.
Yeah.
Because I thought it would be more ERA, but it's not. Like the whole front section on the turret,
Yeah.
it's not actually ERA.
It's just
kind of
angled.
like the A5, A6s, where it's just a cone in front to deflect.
Can you put this gun on a weasel? The Sturm Tiger. Sturm Tiger on a weasel. Let's just see what happens when you pull the trigger. What's the double ATGMs back there?
Some type of wheeled vehicle.
Is it?
I think it was the same one that was
Same one as over there?
there.
Which one?
The double ATGMs up there.
Oh, I know. I want to.
But we all will be taken.
I know.
You'll get mine. I've already had a word argument with the boss already this morning. Which one is looking for anyway?
Our console.
Hey?
Console version.
Not climate tanks.
These things didn't jump around.
When my boss gets back, I'll ask you to get in there.
I'm game.
All right?
It's all game.
Yes. Yeah.
And just because I'm taking pictures of things doesn't make I'm just curious.
Said like someone who's trying to hide something.
He's like somebody's bought a new dinky toy, isn't
Yeah.
he?
I'm not looking at it because I want it.
Helicopter.
I'm like experimental machine gun carrier. You look familiar. And the teeny tiny little like machine
Oh,
gun.
here.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
little in the back. I'm like,
Oh, that's
who's gonna drive
no.
this?
That I think that was. Is that what?
The Mantis.
Yes, that's it. The dude climbs up inside it, lifts it up, and
I mean, I think so because it looks like this whole section goes
yes,
up.
I think that's what that is.
When you want to pew pew behind rocks.
Or over a hedge.
Otherwise, like, who would want to drive that? I'm like,
I'd rather crawl through the hedge.
well, like, what is the guy gonna do? Like, just
Yeah.
sit there out in the open and be like, hey, can't get it because of behind these rocks.
I don't think it was successful.
Yeah, I agree.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of ATGM vehicles back there.
Yeah.
Schedule of who's running.
You can walk down all the, there's someone down there. You could walk all the way down the back that way.
Is there a back up there?
Well, there's someone in the corner, so I'd assume so.
Or they could be just.
Or just wait. Wait for his boss to come back, like he said.
No. I mean, if we have time, let's wander.
Well, once I get the internet.
Okay. Do you not have service on?
It's so ridiculous.
Why not?
Yeah.
I'm gonna start heading back, guys.
Your answer is to get round the back of there is no way. No way? No way at all.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay?
What's that over there?
What's them up there? Full cameras.
Yeah,
No
guys.
getting around.
Naughty. Naughty.
I'm looking at you.
Me? No.
So unfortunately,
Oh, it's fine.
We
Although
tried.
now I will go walk to the back.
I have asked for you.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate that.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So when do we stream? 10, 11?
I'm at 3.